Hi, I'm Greg Staples, the inventor of Boatcatch. We're here today to have a look at how simple it can be to fit a Boatcatch up to your vessel. Today we're using a 5.5 metre fiberglass boat. Boatcatch does fit on glass and aluminium boats, so along the way we'll discuss the options and what you do for certain circumstances. Let's give it a crack. We just opened up the box and loosely assembled the components, and this is what you receive. A bow eye, complete with all the appropriate bolts, nuts and washers to go through the front of your boat. The Boatcatch coupling itself, it attaches to a pivot bracket which goes into a mounting bracket, and it has U-bolts that attach around your existing winch post. Your Boatcatch can be mounted above your winch or below. It all depends on your existing configuration. Let's assess this particular boat. It's fairly obvious on this vessel that the Boatcatch simply won't fit above the winch, and it is going to go down below. There's few challenges when fitting below. It's usually quite straightforward. There's a couple when fitting above. I'll just run through those now before we get stuck into it. Be aware, most boats dip in the bow as they begin to reverse off the trailer. If you happen to be fitting your Boatcatch above the winch, this can cause two problems. You need to be aware of these. First one, the anchor can come down and touch your coupling on the way out, so have adequate space that you know this is not going to happen. Second, when fitting your extra bow eye, the same can occur. The bow can dip and the eye can touch your front roller. So allow 120mm or about 4.5 inch of spacing between the roller and the eye. On some boats you'll be bolting into the anchor well, other situations you'll be bolting into the cabin. We've established when we held our coupling up that we needed to be above this particular chine, which works out beautifully, and we are in the anchor well. Engage the bow eye into the coupling, then hold it up in place. Use the marking pen to indicate on the bow where the new eye is going to locate. Inside your installation and operation instructions are some templates for drilling. Cut that page out. Situate your drilling template over the footprint of the eye. Just use a couple of pieces of tape to hold it in place. Double check the positioning of your template, then use a tiny drill to drill your first pilot hole. Take your time and be sure to drill exactly square to the bow and central. Check inside the hull and make sure the pilot hole came out exactly where expected. Here's a little tip. When drilling fiberglass, you can reduce the chance of chipping the gel coat by placing some thick tape over the area about to be drilled. Most boats have a flat surface inside the bow to tighten the bolts up against. Occasionally they don't. This is one of those cases. So what we'll do, we'll insert a piece of nylon inside the bow, drill through that, and that'll give us our flat surface. It's time to fit the bow eye. Whilst not crucial to the fit up, we do provide you with a nylon wedge to help adjust the angle. This bow eye is about to go on for life, so it's a wise decision to use a high quality sealant inside and out. The bow eye is now fully attached. What we're looking at here is the inside of the anchor well. You can see that we've had to insert a nylon block to create a flat surface. The bolts are through there, the Sigaflex sealant is underneath and oozed out, and it's there forever. So there's the bow eye, it's in place. A couple of things to remember. Make sure you've tightened the nuts up nice and tight. Go from one to the other, a bit at a time, really firm. Wipe the excess adhesive off, and in this case, the top bolt happened to be about 12mm or half an inch too long. We trimmed that off with a handsaw. It's time to fit the coupling and mounting arm to your winch post. What's critical here is pin location. We need the pin to be central within the eye. Not too far towards the boat and not too far towards the front of the eye. We achieve the appropriate pin location by cutting the mounting arm to the appropriate length. You can see I'm holding the coupling and mounting arm in its optimum position, and I've placed a mark upon the mounting arm where it needs to be cut. Can I just give you a little tip? We've placed our mark where we wish to cut. However, it may not be quite right. So let's just, for a bit of insurance sake, cut it about 10 mil or half an inch longer than that mark. Loosely put it together, sit it in place, check you were right the first time. When you're right, then do the final cut. Use a marking pen to mark your mounting arm all round. Then use a handsaw to cut off on the line. Mounting arm's trimmed down to size. Let's test it out. Put everything in place and we're happy with that. Okay, it's time to drill the 2 locking holes for the mounting arm. The template page has 2 sides. Turn it over and you'll see a drilling guide for the mounting arm. Carefully locate it on top of the mounting arm, like so. Then use a centre punch and repeat that step 4 times, you're ready to drill. Our galvanised mounting arm now has some bare metal surfaces. We need to just use some Colgal to cover those up so we don't get any future corrosion. So, quick spray, wipe the excess off, let it dry, put it together, that's it. With regard to fitting a bow on an aluminium boat, you have 2 choices. Firstly, you can fit it in an identical manner to what you've just seen us do on this fiberglass boat by drilling and bolting through the bow. Your second choice is to use the aluminium lug that we provide. It is already threaded and you simply choose your location on the bow, weld it on the outside and bolt your eye directly to that. The coupling and pivot bracket are now firmly bolted to the mounting arm. It's now time to attach the mounting arm to your winch post. Okay, that's it. U-bolts are now tightened, now the mounting arm is fitted. All we have to do, lock up the pivot bracket with the coupling sitting right in the centre and we're finished. Final thing, we need to set up the length of the pull release cord. We don't want to be running it over it with the tyres of the trailer. So, attach it on, walk back to your trailer. Okay, down at the trailer tyre, make sure the cord won't go underneath. Tie yourself a little bit of a knot in there so you've got a loop. That's it. Just cut that bit of excess off, away you go. You can never run over it. So there you have it. It's as easy as that. I think it's time to go boating.